The number of reported hate crimes has doubled since 2015, echoing the spread of white nationalist and white supremacist ideologies. A white supremacist believes the white race is naturally superior to others. A white nationalist generally wants a nation of white people, whether that means creating a separate, exclusively white nation, or pushing those who are not white out of the country. As both white supremacy and white nationalism have grown, the number of hate groups in the United States has increased from more than 900 in 2016 to over 1,400 in 2023. Hate is no longer confined to the shadows. Donald Trump's administration marked a turning point. His rhetoric and policies emboldened far-right groups, and according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, gave rise to new levels of white supremacist influence in mainstream American government and politics.
I think a lot of people don't understand how much Trump radically changed mainstream politics, or at least right-wing politics in the United States. When he came down the escalator running for office in 2015 and talked about Mexicans as rapists, in other words, he gave permission to people to express sentiments that used to be fringe or not considered, appropriate talk, especially by political figures.
Some of Trump's closest advisors brought white supremacy ideals into the highest levels of government. Steve Bannon, Trump's chief White House strategist, openly aligned himself with this ideology, while Trump's senior advisor Stephen Miller's immigration policies reflected the same xenophobic, race-driven agenda.
All of us here today do not want to see...
The January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol was a stark reminder of the potential violence these ideas can spark. Many of the rioters had ties to white supremacist organizations. Some of these groups embraced conspiracy theories like the Great Replacement, the claim that white Americans are being replaced by immigrants and people of color. While the Great Replacement has no basis in fact, many white supremacists argue it is a scheme by Democrats to garner more votes.
I know that the left and all the little gatekeepers on Twitter become literally hysterical if you use the term replacement, if you suggest.
So there's a symbiotic relationship between the mainstream and the extreme, which Donald Trump and his, sort of cohort have exploited, and that we haven't figured out quite how to respond to yet as a country.
The fact that white supremacy has so much infiltrated the right wing is really dangerous. And we've seen violence go hand in hand with it, right? Rising hate crimes, more political violence. We've had more domestic terrorism, which is driven by white supremacist ideas, in particular the Great Replacement conspiracy theory.
White supremacy in government and political discourse is no longer a fringe issue, but a force that could shape the nation's future.